Okay, I'm just going to go over how to, given a set of points, which like a scatter plot, so they're not going to be perfectly linear or quadratic, but they might be close, and they might be perfect. Sometimes you'll be asked to write an equation of either a line of best fit or a curve of best fit. And actually, sometimes it could just say an equation of best fit, in which case you might want to look at what these points look like. So I'm really just going to show you right now how to do this with a calculator. We're going to look at how would we write an equation and how maybe we would use that equation to predict something for the future. So this one again says find a line of best fit. Line. So I know that this is going to be linear. So I'm going to go ahead and enter this. I'm using my stat plot key. If you heard me earlier, I said we're kind of looking at a scatter plot. So we're going to have two sets of data. So I'm going to go to, I was in somewhere else here, I'm going to go to my stat key right here. And then the first thing I need to do is edit. I need to actually put the points in. So I'm just going to hit enter number 1. Okay, remember if you have something in your table, you're going to go up on the top of the list and don't hit delete, hit clear. So hit clear and the down arrow. Okay? Alright, so in list 1 we're going to enter our x values. -2, 0, 3, 5, -4, -1, 4, -3, 2, -5. And really, if I'm depending on a calculator for this, I want to make sure that I've got all the right points in. So I'm going to use my finger here. -2, 0, 3, 5, -4, -1, 4, -3, 2, and -5. Okay, so I've checked all the points. Okay, now I'm going to go over to list 2, and I'm going to enter my y values. So 1, get my other hand under here, 1, 2, 4, 5, -1, 2, 5, 0, 3, -1. Again, if I'm depending on my calculator to come up with this equation for me, I want to make sure that I've entered the correct points. 1, 2, 4, 5, -1, 2, 5, 0, 3, and -1. Okay, so I've got options here. If I was not positive that it was a line of best fit, let's say it just said the equation of best fit. This should really say find the equation of the line of best fit. What I could do is turn a stat plot on. Okay, so second stat plot, go ahead and turn this on. Okay, and hit graph. Now, I might not see the points. If I don't really see the points, you can go to your zoom window. There is a stat key. Remember, we entered this data. I think it's 9. Yeah, zoom stat, statistics, just like where we put the data stat. If you hit that, you can get a close-up picture of it. This looks very linear. It looks like it's very close to resembling a line. It's got a tight correlation. Okay, so what we're going to do now is let's just go back into stat. We're going to go ahead and have it write an equation for that line of best fit. It should say write the equation of the line of best fit. Okay, so I went back to my stat key. Okay, stat. I didn't have to graph them, by the way. Alright, now I'm going to go over to calculate. Okay, before with our mean, median, mode, range, and our variation, we could find all that in the one variable statistics. Well, now we have two variables, an x and a y. So we're no longer doing number 1. Now, we know we're looking for a line of best fit. So we're going to go down to linear regression is what that stands for. And if you look in parentheses, this is like y equals mx plus b. So this looks like a line, right? So we're going to do number 4. Okay, we put our x's in list 1, yes. We put our y's in list 2, yes, 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 yes. Just hit enter, enter, enter. Okay, so we've got our line of best fit now. So we usually are going to estimate to the nearest tenth or 100. A is going to be our slope. I don't know why they use A. We usually use M. Y equals, and I can put it, let's just do the nearest tenth. X plus B. B is positive, and if we do to the nearest tenth, 2 1/10. Okay? So that would be my equation for a line of best fit. They could ask us from here, they could ask us, okay, now use that equation to predict what x would equal if y was 10. Okay, you would substitute 10, solve for x. They could do the opposite. They could give you x and ask you to find y, which is actually the easier of the two. Alright, so there's not much different here for a curve of best fit. Again, I should say find the equation of the curve of best fit. Okay, this time they give it to me as a data set. So if you're having a little trouble seeing this, you can go and put it in a table. What I do sometimes is, I know I'm starting with list 1 with my x's, so I'm going to circle all my x's. Alright, so I'm going to go back into my, let's move this up here. I am going back to my stat key. Okay, I want to edit again. Edit. I need to clear these out. Clear, okay, clear, not delete. Clear down. Go over to list 1, clear down. Okay, let's enter my x's. So I have 1, -1, -3, 2, -5, 3. Okay. Again, I want to make sure that I've got them on there. 1, -1, -3, 2, -5, 3. Okay, now I want to put in my y's. So I'm going to go over to list 2, and sometimes I'll do something different for that, or I might cross the ones the x's. I just do these types of things to help myself focus. Maybe I box them this time, I don't know. Whatever you need to do to help yourself see the y's. Okay, so 1, -2, 1, 8, 13, 15, enter. Okay, and I can double check these. 1, -2, 1, 8, 13, 15. Okay, so again, they could ask us to do a lot of different things here. One of them would be to find the equation. If I was not sure, if they didn't tell me it was a curve, if I didn't know if this was quadratic, I could go and graph that again. So let's see, if I go to y equals, my stat plot is still on, okay, and I put the different numbers in there. So if I go ahead and graph, okay, let's do zoom. Let's go, we want to see more of the points here, so let's do, oh yeah, it's down, sorry, 9. Zoom, stat, statistics. And now I see them a little better, and it's definitely a clear curve shape here, quadratic shape. Okay, so we're going to go to stat now. We want it to write our equation. So we're going to go to calculate. Okay, we don't want linear anymore. It's not a line anymore. We looked at the picture. It was clearly quadratic. So quadratic regression. That's number 5. It's already in list 1, the x's, the y's list 2. Enter, enter, enter. Go ahead and calculate. There it is. So they're giving me the standard form here, okay, which this is the way we're used to seeing it, A, B, C. And let's just estimate these to the nearest tenth. So we've got y equals, my A would be about 1. I mean 0.0, I would just call this 1x. So x squared plus, b is positive, so it's going to be plus, let's estimate to 2 3/10 x, and then my c, my constant term, is negative, so minus about 1 3/10. Okay, so again, they can ask me to do a number of things with this. They could then give me an x or y value and say predict using this equation that you came up with. So you would just, from there, it's just algebra. You would just be solving.